Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of Hornet Nation. I'm Chris Blankenbaker.
And I'm Owen Benes. This week, we'll be taking a look at the 50th anniversary of a very special amendment for all athletes,
as well as our first installment of Inside the Game for the 2022-2023 season.
Finally, Mackenzie Lucas will be giving us insight on the beloved and professional game of bowling.
All this and more on this episode of Hornet Nation. 50 years ago, a very special act known as Title IX was established.
But wait, what is Title IX?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. Ming Cork helps us commemorate the 50th anniversary of Title IX and its importance in today's society.
Last Tuesday the 6th, the anniversary of Title IX was celebrated. Title IX is an amendment to the Higher Education Act of 1965. More specifically, Title IX was part of the Education Amendments of 1972. And this was created to protect students from discrimination based on gender identity. This policy provides many more opportunities in sports for women. At the SEC Women in Leadership Conference, a variety of coaches, players, and others in the field, such as Miss Ream, the head coach for the girls' varsity basketball team, as well as Shannon Washington, the culturally responsive consultant for Saline area schools. They spoke about Title IX and the impact that it has on sports in our school and schools everywhere.
So the Women in Leadership Conference that took place last Tuesday was the second year of a collaboration amongst multiple districts to just promote women in leadership. So last year was the first annual Women in Leadership Conference. Together with myself and the girls varsity basketball coach from Dexter and the athletic director from Pioneer, last year we had this idea to really promote and help get women opportunities in leadership.
Title IX still applies today just as much as it did when it first passed. And finally, a word from Coach Ream.
The biggest thing I just want to say to all the young women out there is the world needs female leadership, and their perspective is needed, and their voice needs to be heard. And so I just continue to encourage all female athletes, all female students out there to continue to advocate for yourself. And so I challenge all of the female students and athletes out there to own their awesomeness and go out there and make an impact on the world.
Reporting for Hornet Nation, I'm Ming Cork.
Thanks, Ming. Title IX sure has come a long way in giving pathways to athletes all around the country and allowed so many others to bring their efforts to the playing field. Hey Owen, I know that I'm a part of a sports news team, but to be honest, I really don't know a whole lot about sports.
Really? Well, you're in luck. In this week of Hornet Nation, we are introducing a new segment where we talk about the rules and intricacies of different sports. Carson Stavros takes us to the mat with wrestling on the season premiere of Inside the Game.
When most people think about wrestling, this is probably what they think of. However, this is nothing like the wrestling done at a high school level. To learn more about the rules and scoring of wrestling, we sat down with Coach Rocky Palazzola.
What you see on TV typically is not what we do. What we do is called folk style wrestling during high school season, and then Olympic style wrestling out of the season, which is freestyle or Greco.
Greco is a form of wrestling that focuses on upper body throws and strength. It's very different from folk style wrestling, which is the form used in high school competitions. To get started in folk style wrestling, there are a few basic rules you should know.
It can be a little complicated for the person watching it for the first time. First period, both people start on their feet standing, and the object is to take somebody down to the mat, be behind them, and ultimately put them on their back and hold them on their back for a fall. So a takedown, which is when you take them down, would be 2 points. If they were to get away, it'd be 1 point. If you hold them on their back for 2 seconds, you get 2 points. 5 seconds, then you get 3 back points. Just hearing me say it can be a little bit confusing, but when you get to see it in person, it makes a little bit more sense.
In this clip, Cade Umstead in the blue is able to get behind his opponent for the reversal, adding 2 points to his score. Thanks for tuning in as we explore the rules and scoring of wrestling. We hope you feel more informed and inspired to get out and support the team. I'm Carson Stavros, back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Carson. If you're interested in cheering on our wrestling team, join us at Ann Arbor Huron tomorrow at 5:30 for their next game. Or, if you can't make it, you can stream it at nfhsnetwork.com or scan the QR code to the right. We hope to see you there.
Sticking with the theme of learning about the logistics of sports, Mackenzie Lucas gets the ball rolling into the game of bowling.
Most people don't think of it as sport. There's a lot more to it than you would think. Like, it's not just throwing the ball down the lane. You have to think about your steps and your markings. For competitions, we do like 4 games. We do 2 Baker games and then 2 real games. Baker games, there's teams of 5 people and everyone plays 2 frames. So like if I was number 3, I'd also be number 8. So then your final score is more of a team score, so it's more of a team sport. And then the normal games, everyone plays all 10 frames. And then because there's 5 and 5 on each team, you go against the person across from you. Everyone on the team is really close. Like, we have a lot of fun. We do like team dinners and we do Secret Santas and we have awards. There's definitely like lots of groups in the team and we all like blend, especially during practices a lot.
Thanks, Mackenzie. You can catch their next game on the 4th of January, where they'll be playing at Adrian High School at 3:30 p.m.
That's all for this show. Tune in next week for another edition of Hornet Nation, where we'll be taking the basketball court on Mic'd Up, along with taking a dive into the latest swim and dive meet. Finally, we'll get a chat with a very special coach.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter for the latest show updates at Nation Hornet, and subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram at Celine Video. I'm Chris Blankenbaker.
And I'm Owen Benes.
Have a great day, Hornets.